Hi everybody, this is my first video. I have thought about doing this video or like a YouTube thing for a really long time. I just never got around to it, and today I thought this year should be the year I start, and then I just decided I should. It's now already the 15th of January, and I did decide that this year should be the year that I start. And I've been agonizing over what to talk about, what do I want to share in my YouTube videos. I have asked around, and I've been told that I should just talk about anything. Actually, I wanted to talk about my life here in Italy. I've been in Italy for close to 15 years. I live in a small town. Well, it's a city, but it's small, and it's the main city for the region of Liguria, Genoa. It's a historical city. It's actually a UNESCO heritage city. And I came here for love, and I stayed. I also have fallen in love with this little city, town, whatever you want to call it. It's a seaside town. We it's the best feng shui ever for any Chinese who wants, because we have the mountains right behind us and the sea right in front of us, and we are on a slope up to be part of some Alps mountains at the back. I don't think it's the Alps. I don't remember about that. I might be mistaken on that, but it's a feng shui heaven. We have the mountains behind us and the sea in front. Um, 15 years ago, almost, when I first came here, I had quite a shock. You know, I come from Malaysia. We have always been known as maybe not third world country per se. We are a developing country, and then from there I moved to Singapore, and then from Singapore I moved to Thailand, and finally I moved to Italy. So when I first came here, I thought, wow, this first world country, things would be more advanced or easier, I would think. But it felt like, and I'm talking about 14, 15 years ago, it felt like I was in Malaysia 20 years prior. So 15 years ago, I already felt that Italy was like 20 years behind. But that's just my personal view. But because also I'm staying in a smaller city, so it's a smaller city, so there are many things that they do not have. Like we have a small airport, but there's no Wi-Fi in the airport. When I was here, like almost 15 years ago, it was very hard to find a what do you call that, the internet cafes, which we find all over Asia. Wherever we go, even in Thailand, internet cafes is like a staple of any town, any city. So you could just walk in and then check your email and any of these internet cafes around town. But I didn't have any of that. Also, now I couldn't find any local publication in English. So I have to search for English newspapers or English magazines, and that is really hard to find, especially when I'm not in Rome or in Milan or Turin, which is more touristy. So couldn't find anything. Even on TV, I couldn't until you got Sky. Nothing was in English. So it was pretty, I would say it was like a full immersion into the Italian lifestyle. Besides my husband, now, then boyfriend, no one else really spoke English except one of his workers in his office. And other than that, I spoke to his friends. Before I came here, I didn't know a single word of Italian. I was flying before, and I've never flown to Italy. Italy was not one of my routes, so I've never been to Italy. And because I do not know a single word of Italian at all. I'm talking about like nothing. I don't even know ciao. I didn't know what it meant. Okay, that's exaggeration, but I don't know about this. When I first came here, so his friends, a lot of them don't speak English. And because they do learn English and French and all the other languages in school, I resorted to speaking to his friends in French. Yes, my French was better. I did a minor in university in French. I did extra DELF courses and things in Alliance Française. I even did a summer course in France for French. So my French was way, 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 way better than my Italian. And I spoke to his friends in French. That was my first full immersion, almost 15 years ago. Then I picked up Italian pretty fast. I think within 6 months or so, I could speak Italian. And that was because I had a background in French, so I understood the needs of the grammar needs. And then Italian is almost like Malay. You can you how it's written is how it's usually pronounced, which is how Malay is. The only difference is in Malay or Bahasa Malaysia or Bahasa Indonesia, Bahasa Malaysia, the C always remains a C, the K always remains a K, so there's no change if I will put a C in front of H, H in front of after a C, so it becomes a chi for us, but then in Italian it becomes a key, and doesn't work. That's the only few differences. I mean, of course, grammatically it's way harder than French, and that's my first emotion. I digress. So I came to this city, this town, and I fell in love with it. It's all its quirks. It is a beautiful city. It's a very historical city. And when I tell people I live in Genoa, they will go like, Geneva? I'm like, no, 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 it's Genoa. You know, like the Genoese merchants, Christopher Columbus, you know? They're like, yeah, yeah, Christopher Columbus, isn't he Spanish and stuff? I'm like, no, he's Italian. He's born in this town, and the only reason why he's known mostly to be Spanish is because no one wanted to fund his voyages. So he went to Queen Isabella and to get them to fund his trips. And because they fund his voyages, he had to fly the Spanish flag. So that's why. That's my little town, and I think that's about me coming here. This is, like I said, my first video. I cracked my head on what to say, and this is basically how I ended up in Italy, more or less. Then is there anything else you want to know? Maybe my next video I want to talk about the differences that I saw here as I was living here. Sometimes it's a little hard to figure out what's difference anymore because I've been here for almost 15 years and I already accepted things as they are. To me, it's not weird anymore, but to others it might still be. Like how small little things actually. When I first came here, I wanted a cold coffee. Even in winter, I wanted a cold coffee. It's like having ice cream in dead winter and it's all cold and you want ice cream. So I couldn't get iced coffee. They have ice if you want to have some alcoholic drinks, cocktails, but they don't serve you ice with coffee. And so if you really want to have an iced coffee, they said, I can give you the coffee and I can give you a glass of ice. So you got to make it yourself. So they can't make it for you. So they just give you the ice and the coffee aside. And the small little differences, like how a latte is not like Starbucks latte coffee with a lot of milk. Latte is literally just milk. So if you want a coffee with like a lot of milk, it's latte macchiato. So the mark macchiato is to mark. So basically they are marking the milk with coffee. And if you want cafe macchiato, it's the little espresso where they mark the espresso with milk. So there's just a little bit of milk inside. So it's a little differences and little quirks that it's normal for me now. So if I want to ask for iced coffee, I just say, can I have ice and can I have coffee? Then they'll give it to you. And if you want something long coffee, uh, if you say a long coffee, they will give you a espresso, but a longer espresso, like a slightly big, double. It's not a double shot, but it's just more water, a longer coffee, um, but it's still an espresso. Whereas if you want to have like a cold brew kind of thing, which does not exist here, well, it's not all places. Maybe now some really hip coffee shops might have them, but still very hard to find. So you will need to ask for cafe americano, and americano is literally just a shot of espresso with hot water. I don't recommend it because it's not good. I'm a Malaysian. We have our coffee like kopi O, and it's like a really strong coffee throughout. It's not like just hot water and a shot of espresso. So I again digress. So this is Genoa, and maybe I shouldn't drag on for so long. My first video, I want to introduce myself, and then maybe I think of something else to talk about in my second video. If you want to hear more, leave a comment and tell me what you want to know, and appreciate it if you want to subscribe to my videos. And I will try to, I want to, so I will try, I will make, I won't say try, I will make more videos. And I did try to make other videos before this, and I realized I'm really bad at editing videos, so I'm just probably gonna make videos like this and then still try to make things better for myself, learn how to edit more videos, and maybe my quality of videos might go up. Who knows? Maybe. I am also on Instagram and Twitter, and I will put it right down below my video. Follow me. Bye.